Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Turn off. Okay, perfect. Nobody's here. Look at God. Running a little behind. We are waiting for our special guest to join. While we are waiting, I see that one person. Oh, you guys are coming in. So I'll give you time to get in. Make sure that you have your drinks because I'm pretty sure that you're going to need them tonight. Tonight's topic is, let me make sure I have the chat up. Hi, Pooh. Um, Tonight's conversation is going to be about dating after the D word, which is divorce. What am I looking for, you say? It looks like I'm back to my old habits. I'm looking for stuff that's right in front of me. No, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for my powder so I don't look like a glow in the dark worm uh while recording. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you're ready for a great weekend. And we will get started as soon as my sister joins. But um, just thinking about this being played back, not just as a live, but as an actual video, I could give a brief overview of the topic. So, for me, when I think about people that date after divorce, let me tell you why this topic came up as one that I wanted to discuss because I was watching my African movies. Yeah, I was watching my African movies. And this guy was cheating. Oh, he was cheating. He was cheating more than he was breathing. And so the wife ended up deciding to exit because not only was he cheating, but he was spending her money on the new gold digger who didn't have to work after he also told her she didn't have to work and made her quit her job because I guess in Africa they couldn't work for the same company after they got married. So she had to quit. But she made three times more than him. But because he was the man, he made her quit, right? When he made her quit, she of course had this savings account. So she's thinking to herself, okay, I could quit for my man. He's the head of the household. I'm gonna go ahead and quit for him because I'm just trying to do the right thing. Ladies, I've been going to church lately because from home, read my own Bible, it ain't working. I needed it to get in me. I'm trying to get some answers for us, right? So she's trying to do it the right way, and she decides to step down from her job, which she loves. She went to school and got her master's degree. She paid for it herself, saved her money, but she really loved him. So she went ahead and did it despite everybody telling her not to. So she does it, and then he ends up saying, "Oh, I was thinking I should get my I'm not I forgot what they call it there, but the professional degree or whatever, but it's the equivalent of a master's." So he wanted to get his too. And he's like, "I'm going to need it because I guess the company was going through downsizing. He wanted to make sure he was untouchable, kind of like she was untouchable." And so she was like, "That's really expensive to do it right now. You know, I'm trying to adjust to not working, to doing different things. I don't have an income, and I actually want to start a business." So she wants to take her money and invest it in a business, right? And so there she is. And so,
What's up, y'all?
okay, hold on. I'm giving them an update of where this topic came from. So, came, um, I'm explaining it really quickly. I've been watching my African movies and stuff. And so, on this particular African movie, they get married, they work for the same company. He wants her to quit because um he's the man of the house, so he should be the breadwinner. But she has her master's degree, makes three times the amount of money, not accustomed to working, and pay to put herself through school.
Mhm.
So it's like a little tug of war with her in her head, but she ends up doing it, right? So she does it. When she does it, then he says, "I think you should pay for me to go to school
But
because I think you should pay for me to go to school because I'm the head of the household, so I should have control of that money."
Wait, can we rewind a little bit because
Because I ain't to the good part yet. No, because we got to get to
now.
so I got to tell you where this came from. So they laying in the bed and she's still mentally adjusting. That's kind of like if somebody told us at this point not to work and don't have an income. Not sure it's gonna work. So she had wanted to start her own business, but she's steady asking him about starting the business. And he's like, no, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. Like it was if he was funding it, but she got racks sitting in the bank. So she like, okay. So then he convinces her to give him the money. I mean, pay for it. Didn't apply for a loan, didn't get a second job, didn't nothing. Now, mind you, in Africa, the men don't cook, clean, that they just work and come home. So I needed to understand why he couldn't be out there. But
I'm confused.
that's life, because she did it. So why couldn't he do it? So
I have a beverage. Help me.
as she putting him through school, you know, ladies, we like to do different things. Even if it's just Amazon, we like to buy the things that we like and just spend money for stupid reasons. So she like cut back on everything. I'm talking about, I think I shared this with you guys before. Like, I try to be a really good Christian, and my biggest sin was fornication. So once I got married, I was like, I could be real close to Jesus. I'm just saying. And that could be the case for people. And some people get married and try to start living more right, because not only are you, first and foremost, you're doing it for God, but having that tangible person next to you that you really love, you try to start doing things the right way. It's just what it is. We preparing ourselves to be a mom, blah, blah, blah. She puts him through school and pays for it. About halfway through, he starts cheating on her with a gold digger, somebody who don't work, don't do nothing. Starts cheating on the wife. In addition to cheating on her, he kind of makes it so that she can never come back to the company, because people asking for her. Because like if you have a husband and wife event, they're like, well, where is she? Because we know her. He not bringing her, but he's saying this because she changed. She's mean. She lazy. He like totally is tarnishing her name also. Like making it so she can't even go back, even if she wanted to, but mostly so that he could do these things and kind of get away with it or whatever. So he ends up getting another apartment with the girl. Now the girl ends up, she's cheating on him. She's only using him for his money. She don't like him. She's like, he's married. Why would I want to be with him? But telling him like, I'm not dealing with you till you leave your wife. He like, all right, then I'm gonna leave her. She like, whoa. I didn't mean
Wait,
that.
I was just kidding. Slow down.
Yeah. So now she got to call her real man and tell him, you know, this job is almost over. We got to go to somebody else. So the woman, she done lost her baby. All of this stuff happens. The boss ends up coming and talking to her, because in Africa, those in the community, especially the elders, they're supposed to reach out and help, you know. So and he liked her as well as a person. He was like twice her age, and he tried to get at her and she said no. So put a pin right there. When men try to get at you and you married and you say no, they gain this totally different respect for you. So he ends up thinking that it's her, telling her this stuff. She was like, all right, then, cool, no problem. She was like, that's what you think? So she calls on the phone and does like this. And he cusses her out. I mean, bad. I mean, bad. The money that she's asking him for, the mistress is asking for double. And he giving it with no problem. Oh, he out there big pimping. So that's where this particular topic came from for me, because as soon as he walks back in, because the girl left him, and sees them two together and living her life, she done had a baby, he automatically starts calling her sluts and this and that. Because of course you had to be cheating while, you know, I was cheating for 3-4 years. You were sitting here by yourself. Even if she was at that point, I mean, come on. She didn't want no divorce. I mean, she begged him, prayed, did everything. She didn't even do the divorce papers. He did. So she finally had to just let it go. Like, you send me the papers, I got to let it go. But until these papers come, I'm trying to work on my marriage. I want my husband. I really love, I don't know what's going on, because it was like out of the blue. She didn't know why.
Wow.
Right. So then I was like, who dated after divorce?
Okay, girl.
And got their whole life.
Okay, girl.
So that brings my sister in. So for those that don't know who this is, I kind of went backwards and didn't do like the intro or anything, because I wanted to wait for my sister. But then the story got good and I started remembering it. And
girl, that sounds juicy. You gonna have me watching African movies again?
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. After it's over, I'm gonna pin it. I'll actually pin it in the comments. Now,
Okay.
before we get started, when the African movies, when I watch those, you'll see it say 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. It's because they'll take their series and they'll put them all together. So it'll be in one. You don't wait each week or for an update. It's all together. So just a caveat. But I will tell you, I haven't slept in like a week because I've been watching the movies.
Oh my God, girl.
Be good.
You get
wait till you watch it. The stuff that they say about us, and we'll get into it, they ain't got nothing on it. So welcome to Melanin Madam. This is my, I think, 4th live. And I would like to just say the cameras are not moving. I read the instructions. I think the sound is good. If it's not, somebody let me know. The way I'm hearing it again, no feedback. So today's topic is obviously dating after divorce and some of the things that come with it, and mostly around what the ex-spouse behaves like, and then the different things that happen as you move forward or try to date forward. And this could also go for people that have been in a long-term relationship, because I kind of think it's similar to me.
It
is. It is similar. Which is why I didn't really care, in all honesty, about a marriage license, because marriage is under God. As long as it's under God, it was cool for me. And then I got to thinking, no, because if something happened to me as an Asian, I want to make sure my husband is good. So
yeah,
but I didn't really have that. But
yeah,
I think it's the same. So if you would like to tune in, jump in the comments, and then I will allow my sister to introduce herself. So she will tell you her name, what she does, and why she probably needs to be medicated.
Well, hey y'all, I'm Regina, and I am a nurse at LPN. I'm a travel nurse. I've been a nurse since, 2009, I want to say. 2009, 2010. And I love it. And I'm a Gemini, so that should tell you guys a lot. We be tripping. But, we're cool people. And I have also experienced dating after divorce. And I had a funky good time. Still having a good time.
Period. Still having a good time. So I told you guys, and everything that I do on this channel, it's about all the things that we can highlight in a positive way, right? So even the things that we hear that are bad, I don't necessarily want to focus on them and why they are bad, because they're also good. Every good has a bad.
Of course.
And a lot of times that bad is because somebody told you that it was that bad, and then that became a trend. And then that's why it became bad. So I'm here to sort of reverse all that. I'm here for the ladies. And we will be holding each other accountable, though. But it'll be mostly fun.
Yeah, for the most part.
Shit sandwich, what I call it in HR. Like, I'll tell you the good, the bad, and then the good.
Yeah. All that shit goes together.
It does, because it's real. There are probably 80% good things about certain things and 20% bad, but the bad just is repeated so much or stands out more, and it doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
but
of course.
our telling the truth is going to feel good. Let me tell you why. Because it's coming from a woman.
Exactly.
Just saying. Just like men try to tell us what to do, and they tell us we shouldn't tell them what to do, although they can't walk to the mailbox without us telling them what to do.
Right. It's funny.
So after you first, how long did it take you? Another caveat. If there's any question you don't want to answer, you always could say you don't want to answer it. Just like I did Tony last week. I was like, that's a trigger.
Girl, I don't give a fuck. What's up?
And don't say full legal names. Hilda said hi.
Hi, Hilda. My chicken partner. I got me a beverage. You got what you want, girl?
I do. You probably need a little. So while you answer this question, how long after you decided it was time to grow forward?
So it was time to leave a nigga? Is that what you asking me? When did I
see what I said? See what I said? I'm just saying, I let
She's
people be who
politically
they are.
correct. I am absolutely not.
I
So,
try to present it correctly. I don't want to, but it
um,
makes sure I don't step on people's toes.
I don't give a fuck.
Period.
So,
Okay.
thing is, I was with this man for a long time since I was a chap,
Uh-huh.
and I grew up in a two-parent household. So in my head, my thing was, you make that shit work because that's what I grew up in.
Okay.
So we have children very young, and I had a lot of losses in between time. So I wanted to go ahead and stay in that relationship. But I have this great epiphany, I want to say around 30, to where
It
I
is.
was very unhappy in the relationship.
Oh.
And I was pretty much only trying to make it work because we had all these children together at this point. On top of that, I had younger siblings that, that I loved, and I was trying to look out for. In my head, this is what I was thinking. And this person did help with that. He helped with that. He helped with the siblings. He helped with things that I needed him for. And also, of course, he was my kid's father. So I chose to stay in the relationship for a very long time. But like I said, at 30, it was like I'm in this relationship, but I'm not happy. And for me, I don't think it's healthy to raise children in an unhappy environment.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so, because I don't know if he was happy either. The way his behavior was, it didn't seem like he was either. So therefore, around that time, I had the epiphany at 30. I want to say we got a divorce or our separation at when I turned 31, because I was just done. Enough was enough. I wanted to be happy. I had a daughter at this point. I definitely did not want her to witness the things that I was going through in that relationship. So it's time for me to bounce. And yes, it was very scary because I had been with this person for so long, since I was basically 18, 19 years old. That, like I said, I'm 31 at this point. So it was very, very scary for me, but I felt like this is something I have to do for me and my kids, because I told my kids, if I would have stayed with your father, somebody was going to die and it wasn't going to be me. And that's just the real on the real. You didn't, bitch. You didn't ask me to come on here. You know I was gonna say some shit. I'll be trying to sip your little drink. Let me sip mine. So yeah, I mean, that's how I really felt. Somebody was gonna die in this shit, and it's not gonna be me. So I have to go because I don't want to go to prison and lose my children. So I had to go, and I did, and it was hard. It was rough, because at that point I didn't really love him no more. Like, I wasn't in love with him no more. I'm gonna care about you because I've
Right.
known you for so long. So
Right.
even to this day, I care for you
Right.
because you're kid's father, and I've been knowing you since I was fucking 15 years old.
Yep.
So I care for you. But at that point, I wasn't in love with you anymore because I felt like you weren't treating me appropriately. So anyway, yeah, that was that, man. Shit.
So, do you think that because women leave mentally first, so when you actually push that button and leave, some women can just jump right into whatever it is that they were looking for, be it dating or career or going back to school, whatever it is, they can jump into it happily because they kind of mourned a little bit. So now they're just more so worried about like the fear part,
Mm-hmm.
unless that dude is doing things to poke at you and open wounds.
Um, Let me think. I'm about to keep it a whole dollar right now. Back when we got our separation before the divorce, um, he had actually mentioned, this is when online dating was just fresh, I guess, or it was new to us.
Well, we was just
This
finding out about it.
motherfucker, this motherfucker, I guess he got on Match.com or some shit. Mind you, I want to say at the time we were still living together. I want to say we were still living together. So I'm like, this what we doing? So that kind of pushed me, because I'm like, oh, you on Match.com. All right, for sure. So I jumped into the realm of the internet, of the dating. And then from that, it was up.
I swear, I was licking my hand. I was already about to do the airplane, like your hair was, um,
It was up.
sometimes I think they wish they would have never started playing games that they started playing,
Girl, cause don't play with me.
or they'd have been a
Don't
little
play
more
with me. Cause don't play with me. Cause I'm gonna play the game better than you.
So, would you say that there
Absolutely.
are not only are there people that they don't know, but there are people that they know that actively pursue their um their ex?
Repeat that.
It's not just people that they don't know, it's people that they know too that actively pursue their ex. Like they're waiting for them to mess up so they could try to get at you.
Well, yeah, there's always somebody there waiting. I think there's always somebody that feels like they were robbed of being with you and that you
Now,
chose wrong.
a whole
There's
it's like from the day they
always
find out that you engaged, they be like, "What
watch,
happened? Is
you
this
know,
for real? You know, I always
yeah,
loved you since kindergarten." You
that
like,
part,
nigga,
that
you
part for
got
sure.
8 kids and 3 wives. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's real. It's wild. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild because that's some real shit. Like, yeah. Or you have people that don't, like you said, you have people that don't even understand why you even married this person in the first place, or
Hmm.
why you even in a relationship with this person in the first place, because they in their head y'all don't match or whatever the case may be.
Right. Whatever
So
their
yeah,
thinking is based on.
yeah. So when you done with the motherfucker, they are ready for the
Right.
time.
But you know what? For me, even in past relationships, what somebody else has to say, especially a male, it don't
Mm-hmm.
really hold much weight because when they say things like, "Oh, you was too good for him" or whatever, and I be thinking, "Nigga, you did X, Y, and Z. So how you talking like you don't have a whole record? Let's just examine this book here we have about you, sir.
First of all,
Like you standing here talking to me, and I know who you with. So why are you standing here talking to me?"
first of all, that's
I'm
also
just I don't
so.
think that males realize that other males are just as messy as we see other women. It's not just women, it's males too. And I think that they think that, which is why I think that they are so comfortable when they do certain things, or they think they have time to freeze you, as LL Cool J was saying, come back. But they don't realize the stuff that's being thrown at you is different. It's like males throw different things. They don't throw sex
Mm-hmm.
because they know that you already got that. You can get it. That's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yep.
throw gifts, they throw money, they throw trips, they throw things like and it's according to whatever class they feel like you're in. That's
Yep.
what they throw. It's not little stupid stuff. It's not
Excuse me.
dinner. It's not
Mm-hmm.
regular things. It's not Netflix and chill. It's not none of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wish more men would get it together because I think a lot of relationships could be saved if
Mm-hmm.
men wouldn't think so highly of themselves and not
Mm-hmm.
have any discipline. That's just me.
Yeah. Discipline, most definitely. Discipline, most definitely. I mean, the thing is this. I was just having this conversation with my boyfriend. Like, don't get it fucked up. Women like sex just as much as fellas do.
That part.
Um,
Probably more.
Probably more. And we would also like to, you know, have some strange, as they say, here and there. But our discipline is better.
Right.
If I have the nerve to sit in your face and tell you, even if I'm not married to you, but if I have the nerve to tell you that I'm willing to be committed to you,
Right.
then I'm going to stick to what I tell you, regardless,
Absolutely.
because I am
Absolutely.
more disciplined than you. And that's why this is probably off the subject with on, but for me, as far as in relationships, even some somewhat in regular life, men are more emotional.
Absolutely.
To
Absolutely.
me. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I ain't shit. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but I mean, just from my life experience, I feel like they're more emotional because, like I said, we're willing to give you that commitment and we have the discipline enough. It might be a fine ass motherfucker at work flirting with us or at the grocery store or whatever. But if we've made that commitment to you, we're strong enough to say, you know what, bruh, you fine. is a motherfucker.
Period.
And like 5 years ago,
On a
even
different
two,
day,
it been on and cracking.
it would have been
But
different.
since I'm coming to this one over here, I ain't fuck with you, bro.
Right.
You
Not
know, I
expecting a
see you
gift,
if I'm
nothing.
done. If I get done with them, I see you a song. But right now, fuck this.
Right. Right.
You
And
know, but for
it's not just discipline though, it's that we care about how they feel.
yeah,
We know that
also
if they
that's
found
right.
out that a dude even bought us a gift that's more expensive than what they could buy, they would be upset. A trip, pay more
Mhm,
attention. It's not just
mhm,
money, pay more attention.
mhm,
Um, had a different type of career that is something we always said we were even interested in. They don't even have to
mhm,
make more money, just
mhm,
the interest. And that's something that's different that they have that you don't, they're way more insecure. Let me just,
mhm.
that's how I'm trying to wrap
I
it up.
feel
They
like I
nitpick
feel like that.
everything.
I feel like that. Like I
Hmm.
said, I feel like they're in relationships, they're more emotional. I mean, and it's like it's facts off the simple fact of this. I have to bring this up because it happens. When infidelity or cheaters, whatever the case may be, um, a man cheats on a woman, whether it's a wife or a long-term relationship situation, she'll forgive that man.
Hmm.
She'll forgive that man, and she'll want to work it out, and she'll want to fight for the situation.
Hmm.
Let that woman cheat on that man. Either she's dead.
He gonna need a coronary heart. He gonna have a heart attack. He need an asthma tank. He need an
You know what I'm
oxygen tank.
saying?
He
All
telling
kind of
his
shit is
mama
going
on
on.
you.
He
He
telling his
telling his strangers
granny on
walk
you.
down the street. And
Girl.
he might go tell all the people he cheating with on you. Everybody gonna know.
Oh, of course he's gonna tell them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody's gonna know.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna
Everybody's
know.
gonna know. So either you're dead or he's gonna make you seem out to be the villain, the evilest person in the world, and he's leaving you. There's no I'm gonna stay with you and we're gonna work it out. He's gone.
Mm-mm,
Period. I
mm-mm.
mean, for me, I've it, I've only heard of a couple of people that have
Me
actually
too.
dealt with that type of shit and not
Only
killed
a
the
couple.
bitch. Only a couple in my experience of life. So you can't tell me that they're not more emotional. You can't
Mm-mm,
tell me that. Because
mm-mm.
if we can stay through that bullshit and they can't, who's the emotional one?
That part.
Because it
That part.
hurts us both equally. You understand? It hurts us both equally. Don't get it fucked up. But we're able to stay with your punk ass. And but you want to leave us at the drop of a hat, nigga? You want to leave us if we not cooking right? Whatever. You know, it's some bullshit. It's like shit's crazy. Shit's wild out here in these streets, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna
Let me
need
tell you
that.
why I think they're more emotional.
That's why I feel that way because they can't take it. Their hearts, their little fragile fucking hearts can't handle another man touching their woman. But we're supposed to handle that shit though. Nigga, we're possessive too. Don't get it fucked up. Women are possessive over our shit too,
And
over
our
our men
imagination goes and goes and goes. So you don't think
to a
that person
times a
has had
thousand.
52,000 times?
So, you know, that shit hurts us too. And we feel some type of way, but like I feel logically, if we have this lifestyle and we built this thing, we're willing to look past that to keep what we got going. Cause we got some other than your stupid ass cheating, you
All the
dumb
other stuff
fuck,
is great.
everything else is great. So we're
Mm-hmm,
trying to look past that to salvage
mm-hmm,
what we got cracking over here.
mm-hmm.
But
Agreed.
you motherfuckers is ready to kill the bitch or leave at the drop of a fucking hat. Shit's wild to me.
We focus on all the good stuff, but the reason why I feel like they can't make it through emotional things
Mm-hmm.
is because they don't go through them. People like their mothers, toughen up and be a man. They can't talk to their dad. They can't,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm sorry, they don't choose to talk
Mm-hmm.
to their friends and let them know when they're in those hurt spaces. Instead, you going to say, "Oh, I can't believe that bitch did this and that bitch did that." When really you like, my baby broke my heart and I love her so much. You ain't even thinking about calling her no bitch. You have to program yourself to do that, to go over there to play the role. If they were more honest with themselves, I think that it would be fine. Most of them can't even go talk to their mamas because their mama is the other woman. So if they go tell her when they competing with her, um,
Right.
they
That
don't
part.
really have anybody to talk to. The person that they had to talk to, they cheated on or messed up, or that you are the person that they
Mm-hmm.
talk to. So now
Mm-hmm.
they don't have nobody to talk to. So now they batshit crazy.
Right. And then what are you supposed to do with that?
Well, we as women can't do anything with it. That's for them to work through it. So if your pride is more important to you, then knock yourself out. When you get the HIV plus, don't say nothing to nobody. Like, You earned
She
it.
said the HIF plus.
You
That
didn't
is
care when you was
fucking
schooling and
hilarious.
I'm just saying they go out of their way to do certain things because they're not just doing it because of temptation. They're doing it because um somebody is somehow telling them they're not a whole man. Somebody is
Mm-hmm.
somehow telling them that they owe them more, or you're still dedicated to your family, or these gonna always be your kids, so come over here. Why are you letting her run you and tell you what to do? um
Mm-hmm.
Newsflash, women run the household. It's
Mm-hmm.
in the Bible, and the man is the head of the household, but she is the house
Takes
manager.
care of the household. Yeah.
It's reality, because
Yeah.
in your household you think that you're in control of your household no matter how fucked up it is. So why is not the other woman, or any other woman, not the other woman, but just any other woman? It's
Mm-hmm.
sisters that
The
be too
same. Uh-huh.
involved, it's aunties that be too involved, it's grandmas, everybody that's trying to either emulate what they have or keep that man in that space, because that's the only man that you'll ever have that'll stay that close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
Yeah, that's a whole nother issue too.
it's a whole nother issue, but that's where
That's
it stems from. Who are they
another
supposed to talk to?
yeah. Yeah. It's wild out here, y'all. It's crazy. And you know, as women, we tend to cater to that, or I don't know. I feel like we cater, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I just feel like we're always trying to cater to the man and his emotion.
We are.
But I don't think that is reciprocated a lot. You
It's
know?
not.
I don't, I think it is. And don't get it fucked up, I love men, but they're weird also.
They're very weird, and they
They're weird.
don't know how to handle things.
They're weird and they don't know how to handle things, and it's weird. And I don't understand. I mean, I just don't get it. Maybe it might have something to do with, I don't know about all the other communities because I'm an Negro. But in the black communities, a lot of times these people don't have fathers. So I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. But yeah, they're weird. And they don't know how to conduct themselves appropriately a lot of the times. They don't know how to handle situations a lot of the times. And I don't know. It's
Mm-mm.
crazy. This whole
It
shit, like dating, marriage, all of this stuff is so crazy and it's so hard. I don't know.
was it hard for you to start dating after divorce? Fuck the Mr.
Fuck no.
Peabodys, because we've not finna try to figure them out because they ain't ready anyway. When they
Not
ready,
right.
they all got medical insurance. Go to a therapist. That's what we do.
Period. That's
Utilize
what
your own resources. You can do
that
it
part.
yourself. I personally don't have no more excuses, because at this point, if women can figure out how to do everything, and I don't mean figure it out like we mastered it, like nothing. I mean, we keep trying different things because we keep wanting to be
Absolutely.
an amazing mom. We keep wanting to be an amazing wife, an amazing
A
girlfriend,
better person.
a
Period. Just
better
overall, we want to
person.
be better people. I feel like,
Exactly. So if
you
we
know,
can keep trying, and it doesn't matter how much we got hurt, how much something pushed us down, how much whatever it is, it's probably 2% of people in our life that would come back and we would say no, just because our hearts aren't built that way. If somebody came back and was like, I was tripping, this is what I did, I'm a better person, friend, family, or man, we will let them back in. Our friends and our family is the ones who teach us first how to accept all this shit from men. So just to
that
throw that out there.
girl, you said
So I
that.
don't have
Say
no
that.
more excuses. We done been to therapy. We done prayed. We got prayer circles. How many men have prayer circles? How many men
Yeah.
call their friends and tell them the truth? And that
Yeah.
man don't go try to hook them up with somebody or something
How many men go to therapy?
and tell the
Especially
truth
black men.
and tell the
Right.
truth.
Right. And tell the truth because that's important.
Nothing's
You have
gonna
to tell
work
the
if you
truth in
don't tell the
therapy.
truth. Right.
You have to do
There's too
that.
many excuses for them. And it started with, because of slavery, right? Because they were the only ones there, and we just fast jetted to where we are now. So
Yeah, we're not even gonna go there
let's
because I got
talk
a
about
whole dang thing. We'll do that on another topic. We'll go
that
there
part
on another show.
when
We'll
I'm in
go
my
there
pajamas.
because I got some shit to say about that. But
When I'm
anyway, yeah, it wasn't hard really to date after divorce because I wasn't. I'm not. I'm one of them people that I can tolerate a whole lot, but once I'm done, I'm done. There's no double back. There's no I'm teetering. There's no we can still kick it.
no, like that. I mean, like, were you nervous and stuff? I mean, about you. Like,
I'm
I'm
nervous.
legit.
No, no, no. I'm hell no. I'm nervous for what?
No, because
Bitch,
you
it's
hadn't
niggas
dated
out
in
here. I wasn't
forever. You
nervous.
literally went. from a high school relationship to with the father of your children, and then you guys got married, and then you're together for a long time. So you didn't really date like that.
I wasn't nervous. I was excited. Shit. I'm a young hot 31, bitch. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? I done had all the surgery, got all the training. Bitch, I'm fine.
Bro, right.
Cracking. Like I told you I'm gonna be 100. This is I mean.
No, I just
I feel like I'm fly. So I'm like, shit, what's up out here in these streets? This nigga ain't been giving me none anyway. So what's cracking out here? Sorry, not sorry. What's up? What are we doing? What are we doing out here? I was trying to figure it out fast. Because I already knew I was done with you. I already know I didn't want you anymore. I already knew it was over. So what's up out here in these streets? I'm not scared. And then on top of that, furthermore, for me, I just got out of a very long relationship from a child to a 31-year-old woman. So I wasn't out there looking for another relationship.
True.
You know, I'm out there trying to live my best life.
You are a little more outgoing.
Hey, I'm just saying, you go through a 13-year relationship and you have sex once a month, you tell me what you're gonna do after you get divorced. hey, I'm just saying.
Y'all, we used to tell her, since she said that, I can go ahead and tell. We used to tell her the only time we knew when she had sex because she had a kid.
I got pregnant. Oh, my mama, rest in peace. That's so funny because people, when I tell them my story, they be like, bitch, but you got 4 kids. I'm like, yeah, and every time I had sex, I got pregnant. Don't get it fucked up. Duh. Like, we wasn't.
My eyebrows gonna slide off my face, Jesus.
We wasn't fucking like that. No, that's why my shit is still good right now, because I would. Because we wasn't doing all that. It's the truth.
Oh my God.
She knew why she told me to come on the show. She knew why she did it. She knew I was gonna be here acting up. She knows I was gonna act up.
I would just like to tell my brother-in-law.
She don't like that. You know, I'm a goddamn fool too.
You are more than welcome to come on the show and tell your side of the story.
You know, I'm
all
a
he
fool
gonna do is laugh.
too.
Just to be clear, all he gonna do is laugh.
You know, I'm a fool too. That's why he got him approved. Because, you know, I was too much. I'm too much for motherfuckers out here in the streets, child.
Do you think so? Is staying with Penn too much? Do you think that oh Lord? I gotta do you think that because he was not African American, are other races do they do other things well?
Well,
I've only dated outside of my race once, and that was very quick closure. Very quick closure.
Okay, so for me, that was a different experience because they are different. How they're raised, from my experience dealing with this person, they're raised differently. Like, I remember when we were younger, I remember going to his house and he was like cussing around his parents. And I was looking around like, oh shit, he about to get fucked up. I thought it was crazy. Like, he about to get his ass.
I was nervous. I was like
scared as a motherfucker. Like, so that type shit. You know, you talking to your mama crazy and she not beating you or nothing. Ain't your daddy sitting right there? What's nothing happening? That and just, yeah, they're different. They're not the same. And of course, they don't understand. They want to, because, you know, sometimes you have these people that they grow up with us and around us and in our areas. Mm-hmm. So they want to understand what we go through, but you can't fully understand what we go through unless you are who we are.
Correct.
And that's just real. So it is different. Sexually, it's different also. It's different. Sorry, guys. It's not the same. It's not the same, buddies. Not for me.
Not.
No, it's not. It's weird. It's weird. At least with that fella, it's weird. And, you know, I didn't really know it was weird until I wasn't with him anymore, really. And I'm like, oh shit, this what I've been missing? I was on some bullshit. You asked, so I told you. Baby, want a drink?
No,
What? Don't be laughing at me.
tell him I said, hey, Jesus
And you
Christ.
said, hey. I said, hey. But yeah, yeah, it was, that shit was weird.
I
It was,
personally think it's completely different. Like,
it's
can't
different.
nobody toss you like a black man. It's just not
They
in the
can't. It's
spirit.
true. It's true. It's
I,
true.
I just think that. That's just what I think.
It's
But
true. It's not, I mean, for me, it's the truth. It's my truth.
it doesn't feel the same.
It's my truth. So I don't know. Mama's probably mad. But that's my truth. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. That's my truth.
So, did you get backlash from people that did anybody tell you they feel like you started dating too soon? This I really don't know. I don't remember. This was
So
a while ago.
this is what's funny about the whole situation. First of all, because typically this is how it happens. People thought that he left me initially. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, remember? So when they found on social media, everybody sending me texts. I'm sorry, Tina. How are you doing? Hi, bitch. I'm good. What are you talking about? I'm great. I didn't. He didn't leave me. I left him. I'm doing very well. Thank you. Thanks for being concerned. But I'm
That is
well.
at least
And then I'm sure maybe there are some people that didn't understand why I did it. So I might have gotten some underlying or undermining backhandedness behind why I left, because the motherfucker presents itself to be great. And to other people he is great. Yeah, it's an awesome person. But he sucks in a relationship. Well, at least with me and probably his baby mama, I don't know. He sucks. So people might have thought that was weird. Like, damn, why you leave him? He's this great guy. Well, do you really want to have a conversation about it, or you want to assume? You can do what you want. I don't really give a fuck.
I would just like to say, let's stick a pin right there. I would just like to say, I need for people to stop telling you that they think that somebody is a good person. Because here's the thing, they might be a great dad, they might be a great friend,
Yeah.
they might be a great sister, they might be a great whatever. And I'm not saying it's not because they don't match. I'm saying because that person is literally Satan on wheels. That person is literally a bitch. That person is, and I mean the male. That because I can't talk about girls, I don't date them. So stop
Right.
saying that. If you really care, I feel like you wouldn't ask that question. Younger, we would, because younger is like, well, we're around each other all the time. We have fun. It looks like this. But at this point, I feel like any question that is asked that is outside of what I think is appropriate, if the question were to come to me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give a real answer like that's some dumbass shit. Why would you ask me that? Like I'm literally gonna say that because that's how I feel. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you've been around us and you know that you're not with any of your baby daddies, none of the men you've dated, you wouldn't want
That's
to
funny
say
because
like
you
that kind
said
of shit
any
to
of your
you.
baby daddies. I'm sorry, I had to cut you off. That was funny. But go ahead. Said you're not with any of your baby daddies. That's funny. Sorry, sis. I found that very comical. Yep, I am, because I have one. So whatever.
I'm not mad because it's the truth. Because here's the thing: all this underhanded comments and stuff like that. At this point, like you could keep them to yourself. Because to me, if you're really a good person, you're gonna ask the right questions. Because let's just keep it 100. Most people know people's business. I'm gonna just put it out there because let me tell you how you know. Let me tell you how you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even if nobody told you, let me tell you how you know. Because you've been through it, bitch. You've been through it. You know what it looked like. You know what different things look like. So stop playing with me because here's how I feel. If I don't present you with your business, don't present me with my business because some of the time people tell me your business, but I don't say anything because I don't want to embarrass another women like that. And if you're not embarrassed, I don't want to hurt you. If we chilling and having fun and out and we all doing good, I don't want to be like, oh, so how's such and such? I
Right.
was enjoying myself. Why'd you have to bring it up now? If you really cared, you could have called me at home. You could have asked me to lunch. Like, I don't think that we're in that place where you can keep doing the things that we did in high school because we didn't know in high school. We thought maybe that was the right thing to say. I
Yeah.
was a little bit later, like in our 20s. Most people, and I have a couple people in mind, did it because they was being funny. They was being funny because they was either dating your dude's friend. They knew what other situations was going on. They trying to see if you know. A woman knows what a woman is doing, which is why I don't have so many passes to give people. Um, I just don't because I know that you went through it. So
Hmm.
yeah, you can keep certain questions to yourself because certain questions are just inappropriate off top. Like I
Right.
just don't think that you should ask them. Like, I wouldn't ask you why you're not with your baby daddy. I wouldn't ask you, and there's nothing wrong with it. If I had a baby, I would say baby daddy to myself. It's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask you why you're not with your ex-husband. Those are inappropriate questions. And as a woman, you know how bad a woman hurts, whether she wanted it or not. It's still a transition, and that type of hurt, a woman knows what that type of hurt feels. So if you're having a good time or you're trying to get past it, I don't ever want to bring up the topic. If you want to talk, you'll talk to who you want to talk to when you're ready to talk. But certainly at a get together or something like that, it ain't the time or the place to be trying to see people's facial expression change. So I just don't have very many passes. Because
Right.
you know what's gonna happen. Your first thing is like,
Right.
or so we're really gonna ask that question
Right now.
right
Right.
now. And don't get mad if people start firing back equivalent questions. I don't know how they make you feel when it happened to you. You know, like
That part.
why make people do those things? Yeah, so don't do it.
Don't
Yeah.
do
And
it.
that's my holding the woman accountable for today. Because the rest of the time we just gonna talk shit. Um, how did your kids take it? Just briefly, how did they take it?
Um, my baby boy Uriah Bumblebee, he took it he verbalized that it was hard for him when he was when he was little. So when he
Because he's
was
an Aquarius.
yeah, so he let it be known that it was hard for him. Um, Isis,
Mhm.
my baby girl, she was too little to even really
Mhm.
comprehend what was going on, and
Period.
plus, mama's girl, so she really didn't give a fuck that much. Because she's my baby, y'all, it's my baby. And
Period.
other boys, they didn't really talk about it until they got older.
Okay.
They didn't talk about really too much how it affected them until they got older. And then, watching them grow up, you see how it affects them on your own. Whether they say something or not, you see it.
Because you
But
paid attention to your kids.
yeah. But like I said again, for me, if I would have stayed in a relationship, for me, I think it would have did more harm
Oh,
than
absolutely.
the harm it did. It possibly could have done by me leaving.
I think so. I think so because your kids they're realistic. Even in being kids. So kids is gonna do their normal kid things, but there's certain things about certain kids that's more like um they're more observant, I would say. And so I think that they would be more happy with you doing what you did, especially since you two like get along now and all of that.
Uh-huh.
I think that that matters because like you said before it got to the place where you ended up on first 48 possibly with us on first 47 following behind you. um you went ahead and just let it go so that you could live your life. And 30
Uh-huh.
30 is
It
a very eye-opening age.
is.
Too, it's like a candy store.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh my god, I can do these things and I have the money to do them. I'm a little bit older. That's
Uh-huh.
the age. So that you could be set by the time you're like in your 40s. That's the way it works in your head.
Yeah, that's real shit.
It does. Um, did they have a concern with who you dated?
You know what's so
Did they
funny?
want to pick? I mean, like, did they want to pick and be
When
involved?
they were little, it was so funny. This was so cute to me. Because my oldest son, he was like, I want to say, how old was he? He was like 11 or 12. And, right away after we got divorced, his dad got a girlfriend.
Right.
So my oldest son, Zay, he was like, Mom, Dad got a girlfriend. When you finna get you a boyfriend? Yes. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. If you a good mom, your kids will have your back in a healthy way.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, it's your turn, ma'am. They won't be trying to keep you all to themselves if you teach them. But Gina, you raise your kids different too. So that's a call out. You raise your kids to, you love on them, but then you also teach them to have their independence, not be under grown-ups, like rely on their brothers and sisters, but not so much that they're boggled down and responsible for their siblings and can't live their own life.
Yeah.
They literally get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that might have been why. And Zayabone, he's always been kind of
You know, he was raised with us, girl, so he
right. Maybe that's why. Yeah, he was raised with us, and we kept it Compton. Uh,
was. He
yeah,
was raised with these turns, and that's what it is. Shit. He's 19 and a
he
half.
was. He was, and when he was little, we wasn't like no extra man lovers, like following behind. We was balanced. We did things on our own,
Yeah.
and it was like, okay, I broke up with him. I am so sad. So where are we going tomorrow? It wasn't like, and then some of those people was like their uncles and stuff like that. And we keep people around like flies and gnats. So
Yeah.
they're accustomed to everybody just figure it out like an adult. Figure it out and keep going. Ain't no need in hating everybody.
Yeah. And then Uriah, his only thing was he was like, Mom, if you got to get a boyfriend that can ball. If he ain't balling, then shit, I don't know about him. That, that was his little shit. That was his. ISIS, of
He
course.
has to have some relatability.
Right. He like, if he can ball, he cool with me. Miss ISIS, this heifer wrote me a whole letter. Like, look, nigga, you can't get a boyfriend until I am a teenager. You got me fucked up. You're my best friend. Fuck out of here, mom. Yeah, she was not playing. That, like I told y'all, that's my baby. That motherfucker was like, you don't need a boyfriend till I'm a teenager. Basically, till I get me a man, you don't get one either.
Boom, right there. Until I got something to do, we don't have nothing to do.
We don't have nothing to do. Right. That's how she felt about the situation because that's my baby.
I would say I wonder if it's that sign, but Sky is the sixth. And remember, he told me I couldn't have no baby, but his mama had another baby, but I couldn't have no baby.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a Leo. He's not a Cancer. Yeah, I think it's just they're crazy. Kids is crazy as hell. For the people that's our cousin Kiki. She got divorced at 30 with her two boys.
Girl, no way, baby. I see you.
She said it was the best decision ever.
It's like some type of crazy ass enlightening period you have at 30. I don't know what the fuck it is.
You feel grown.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't let you fuck around and went through some things. Like you really feel something. Then, and it's a great feeling. You feel alive, and then you're still young, and that's another thing. This is a whole another type of conversation. We let society dictate to us when we're young and when we're old.
Right.
Finally, if you really think about this shit, and this is how crazy and perverted really our world is, but that's a whole nother conversation too. But anyhow, at 18, you're only a child for 17 years, which is a damn shame.
Right. I don't agree with that.
18, it's weird. So once you're 18, you're now all of a sudden an adult. And then once you're 25, now motherfuckers is almost considering you as being old. What are you talking about? I haven't
you better
even
be doing something like, where's your career? Where's your kid? Where's your marriage? You better you gotta be done with the milestone.
10 years and you already calling me old? The fuck? And in that 30, motherfuckers is really calling you old. And it's like, but I've only been grown for 12 years. I was just a kid 12 years ago, but now I'm old already? Then damn, what the hell are we doing here? But like I said, that's a whole nother topic we can talk about because I
got one question before we move on because I think the same way. But now that I've been watching my African movies and they're up to date, I watched the documentaries and stuff before. As soon as you get your period, you're considered a woman. So I wonder if it has some type of connection to that. Now you can have a baby, so now you're a woman. So my question goes back to if that's the case, then why isn't a male at that age who would have to be the child's father?
Oh, honey, the thing
It
is,
doesn't make sense to me.
no, it makes perfect sense because that goes back to my perversion of our country or just whatever worldwide. These babies are not having kids by 10-year-olds. They're having kids by 20, 30-year-old men. So like
Yes,
I said,
you're
that's a
right.
whole
In
other
tribes, it'll be
they're not
right. It
they're
could be
grown.
somebody that's 60 or whatever,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
they
Men.
will tell the woman she's burnt out, and the woman will be trying to give her daughter away for the bride price and telling her to go out there as long as she has, bottom body part, she should never be broke as long as she got a vagina, and basically telling her, the girl, you need to get out of my house if you're not going to do this. They're making their daughters do that if they don't want to get married to somebody who will pay the bride price or has enough money to send back home and take care of them too. Um, but one of the movies that I watched, the male was actually like, so mom, if you're that upset with me because I haven't done what my friends are doing, how come I'm not that upset with you and I'm living in this life? So you gave me this life. So how come I can't be this upset, but you could be mad at me for not being further? But did you give me the tools to get further? How come I'm not mad at you? I'm not going off on you. So how does that work?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. And the man she wanted her daughter to marry, he was 60 something years old, but the brother, the males make the decision, and her brother had her back and was like, my sister's not marrying no 60 something year old
I
man just
agree.
because he could provide these things. No, because I would imagine, I can't imagine how that must feel, but you are right. It'd be the younger girls because
So,
they got to be able to, they do most of the work. The men don't do the work like in the fields and stuff. So they have to have a younger woman.
mhm, back in
But
handle.
they'll recycle her in a minute.
Yeah, and that's even in America. You like even in America in the 17th century, 1700s, and all that type of shit like that. Them
Right.
girls were they were getting pawned off to the kings or whoever the fuck it was.
Right.
Own little societies. Those little girls, once they got a period, they were free game for grown ass 20, 30, 40-year-old men. So
Right.
no, absolutely not the 10-year-olds that they're 10 like them or 12 or however you old when you start your cycle. They weren't having sex with those kids because they were
No.
still
They
they're
got to play and stuff.
given to the older guys.
Right.
So
It's
that's
very seldom. If it was somebody their age, they got in real big trouble because they was being promiscuous. They
because
wasn't supposed to do that. How you
exactly.
not supposed to do that and you mad at me because you intended on selling me and I just reduced my
Yeah,
price?
yeah. Now you're tainted. You're saving you for the grown man, baby girl. You're not supposed to be fucking on little boys. What are you
Right.
doing?
The chief was coming to get you. The chief said you was cute ever since you was 2
Been
years
wait,
old.
been waiting on you.
Like, oh my, I can't imagine handing my daughter over, but thus is life. Once you hit a certain age, and
Mhm.
I think that Kevin Samuels was trying to bring
Mhm.
that type of behavior being okay back. Do
Mhm.
I personally think that a man looks at a woman once, or a girl, I guess, not a little girl, but a girl, once she starts to develop. That's why it's really important that if you start developing in second grade, like I did, that you have your daughter wear the appropriate clothes. Do I think that that man might look at that girl, even if it's just a double take or not? Yes, because she has the
The
woman
thing,
part, but
yes,
they have to just check themselves and let them know that that's a baby. But are they going to look, especially the way that some people let their kids dress now? Yeah. And
and
that's why,
that's another issue that I have with our society. A lot of pressure is put on women to do this, that, and the third. Why
right,
aren't these little boys that it's inappropriate to do this? That it's inappropriate to
the
do that.
damn hands to yourself.
It's not fair for it to always be in the. I don't care if I walk outside butt motherfucking naked.
I agree.
It's not okay for you to put your hands on me or to
Oh,
whistle
no, not at all.
because you like what you see or you don't like what you see. It's not okay. So I
Right.
need society to stop putting the pressure on women to do this, that, and the third. Let's teach these boys. Why aren't we not
Agree.
boys that this shit is not okay? Why? Because of a whole nother topic I ain't even gonna bring up. But people that know, they know. They know why it's not going down like that. That the pressure is going to continue to be on women, but at the same time, you're telling us we can't have abortions. Shit's weird out here in these streets.
I already did that topic. Um,
weird out here.
Don't tell me a damn thing to do with my body until you get one, or until you stop sending all your girlfriends to get one.
Just
Um,
fuck out of
how
here.
about that? But with me personally, I don't think that I should have to. I think that if it's something I really wanted to wear, no, I shouldn't have to not wear it because um of the way society is. But that's the reality. If I want to be safe, I'm not gonna just walk down in no bikini. I'm just not.
Mhm.
But I don't think that, because these things happen at beaches and stuff like that. I don't think that that's appropriate, and I don't think it's appropriate to like tell a woman or a girl. And let's just talk about in the dating world, because it's not just the younger girls,
Mhm.
because both me and one of our other sisters had a situation a couple of years back where we was told what we had on at work was inappropriate. And I swear all I had on was regular work pants that wasn't tight. Well, they fit, but they weren't tight. Like in the hip area. My blazer went down like by my butt, and I didn't have no cleavage showing. And I was told that I needed to dress down because I was shapely, because I had a smaller waist at that time and I
Mhm.
had hips. But I was told that, well, I mean, I still do, but that was the purpose of me being pulled to the side because I was a shapely Black woman and it was a distraction. Now, mind you, several of my coworkers, and I'm not even lying, had on like the platform heels, the dollhouse ones, and I've never seen so many camel toes except for working around other races. That's how tight their pants were. My pants weren't even tight. I could breathe in them, but because it showed my shape, I was told to cover up more. But cover up what?
Mhm. Cover up what? What you looking at?
It's not fair. It's really not fair at all. But
Like, what are
that's
you
just
looking
life.
at, Perv? Don't make me feel like I'm inappropriate because you're a creep.
I didn't say nothing about, and I worked in HR. I didn't say anything about all of the inappropriate camel toes that did actually bother me. Because if you come and talking to me at my desk, I'm looking directly at it. So I had a whole issue with it. And
Like,
I'm like, that ain't uncomfortable. Like I wanted to give him a talk about hygiene. Like that's not okay. Things are gonna happen. Like, don't do that. But in those particular situations, no, it's not okay. But women are so conditioned to tell other women, to your point, what we're doing wrong. So even in the dating space, um, they can tell you when it's okay to date. They can tell you who it's okay to date.
mhm.
If you are dating somebody who's older and they have money, it's automatically assumed because they have money. But nobody says nothing to him for dating somebody younger, no matter how young she is, and may not be mature, right?
Mhm.
Because we just discussed 18, 19, 20. Hell, I don't even think till, how could you do all of this stuff before you can even rent a car? I would say like 25 is probably good because you've had enough time to be out of high school and be involved in making your own decisions. You possibly paying bills. I would say that that's a good age,
Mhm.
but nobody says nothing to men. Everything gets said to the women. It's the woman's fault.
Mhm.
Everything. In
Yeah.
some cases,
By
it
the
is.
time 30,
Yeah.
we old.
Huh?
So I'm talking about, like I said, by the time we 30, we're old already. Although we've only been grown, although we've only been adults for 12 years, we already old, girl. What's up for it?
Right. We ain't even began to live yet.
Old
I'm
already.
not even in the right tax bracket yet at 30. So I don't know how I'm outdated and I ain't even did anything.
And the problem with that, and the reason why the thought process of that is because, like I said, back in the day, girls are considered grown women once they start their cycle. So yeah, so back in the day, you were grown by 10, 12. So yeah, by the time you're 30 back in the day, to them you're old.
Even if you dragging her off crying because she's playing with her dolls and her friends.
Yeah.
Never mind that.
And what's so crazy is back then, those poor girls, they were not, they were conditioned to be grown. They were told by even the other women, because this is what it was then. You're grown
Get
now.
ready to go do this.
Get
Mhm.
ready to go do this. You get ready to be. They're trained. These babies are prepped back in these 17th centuries and previous, even
Because you
18.
got to get out of the house because they can't afford you no more. Or they promised you at this age.
Yeah. So that was it.
Yeah.
And the mentality of that has not changed.
I don't
Although although everything has changed, the mentality of that has not changed. So that's why we're
being lost.
old at 30, because
Right.
the material of that has not changed. You know what I'm saying? That's why. I haven't changed that thought. Although it's different now, although babies are not considered grown women at 10 and 12, you're not considered grown at until 18, the mentality has not changed.
Correct. Which is
That's
why we have these laws for
old
chest
by 30.
molesters and whatnot.
Shit's wild. But shit's wild, but that's something people don't want to talk about.
Well, they don't want to talk about it because they're still ordering female brides and child brides and all this other stuff. So they don't want to talk about it because they're not following those rules.
Yeah.
They're kind of just flying under the radar, like disguising themselves as things like politicians and then telling us what to do. Judges, things like that. Um, I would have, I would imagine. So I'm a fraidy cat. I didn't really date before marriage. I did that one little 2 month I would actually call it a game because because I wanted to see how other people were, and I wasn't a dater, y'all. I tell y'all, I thought everybody was gonna kidnap me. I was gonna be on first 48. People was stupid. Yeah. And I mean stupid, like in some of the things men say is stupid. Like, don't ask me, do I want to Netflix and chill on a first date? I'm not coming to your house, stranger danger. No, I don't.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, stranger danger. But I did this thing where I was like, okay, however many dates I could fit into 2 months, I'm gonna go on dates. And yes, I was on um social media, but I called myself being better because I was on one that I had to pay to be on.
You
Um,
get
I was trying to use whatever controls that I could because I felt like you had
on.
to use a credit card number, sir. If something happens to me, they could find me.
Right, so I'm safe.
I'm telling you, right. And we used to actually tell each other our location when we went on different dates. So that is something that you should do, no matter what your age, because it's just smart. Period.
Somebody knew where the hell I was going. Every
Huh?
time I said, every time I went somewhere, somebody knew where I was going.
Yeah,
I got out of here.
yeah. And sometimes we would stay up for you.
Yeah, you got to, because you know what I'm saying.
You just never fucking know.
That's what I'm finna do with life. So it's something.
I can't. But I went on all these dates and I was like, I want to see if I'm compatible with other people, if I get that warm and fuzzy feeling, or if the person I think gives me the warm and fuzzy feeling is a person that I should stay with. So I
Right.
did that and I got to really understand that men have very interesting issues. So it was either the ones that didn't have any kids and made, I guess what we call good money, then um were very, very stuck up. Very, very, very stuck up. Very, very, very stuck up. Like
Oh,
they thought they was God's gift to the world if they didn't have no kids and made okay money. Um, no kids and made okay money. They were very, very stuck up. Almost so that they would say things like, "Oh, you are pretty in real life."
oh, wow. Damn. Damn.
See, that's the kind of stuff that's not a compliment and it whatever.
Real.
Say things like that, or I can't believe you for real don't have kids. I can't. Then the ones that actually had a couple of baby mamas, they were of course more humble. Uh,
Yeah.
they were of course more humble, depending on how much money they made and if they had their own place. Totally
Ah.
depended on that. Um,
Ah.
and how they felt about women. A lot of them, how they felt about women was brought into the picture, like how they felt about their exes was brought into the picture. So I realized at that point, everything that they have been saying about us, don't bring your past into a relationship, all of these different things, honey, they sat at the table with their stuff. Like,
Yeah. That's hilarious.
you can't even function. I even had one that cried. Um,
Girl, shut up. Where is my drink at? This nigga crying.
yeah,
Girl,
he
bye.
said he was so sad.
What is this fucking sad about?
I don't know, bitch. I was gone. I wasn't a crier at that point. I didn't care. I didn't have feelings like I wasn't
And crying,
was
man.
That made me nervous. I felt like men like that was more crazy, like they could go off the deep end faster. Because the movies you watch, it's like if they are passionately in love with you, if I can't have you, nobody can. That kind of played in my head. So
It's a Lifetime movie shit.
y'all see, this is why I'm not lying. I didn't do things like I didn't just serial date and stuff like that because I watched too much Lifetime, too much First 48.
You know,
And I
it's
believe that stuff is real.
you know,
Oh, and Law and Order is based on true stories.
this is gonna sound very racist, but I don't care. So for me, when I was doing the online dating thing, I was very terrified of the white males, way more than I will be of the black males.
Yes.
Because I feel like Caucasian males or Caucasians in general have sociopathic tendencies.
What does that mean?
That that they are like the emotions, like how we know the difference between good and bad, right and wrong, or hot and cold, or warm and not. They don't know the difference between it. So they're crazy, basically. Sociopath is somebody that's crazy.
Oh, is that why on the movies, they like when they fighting with their girlfriend, and then she'd be like, die, and she burned him, and he'd be like, did you think that was gonna hurt me?
Yeah.
Sir, your arm's hanging off.
Yeah.
How? How you don't feel it?
Yeah. Like their chemical balance is off. Like they don't. It's hard for them to
Does that mean rage? You know how when you fight, you don't really feel nothing until after it's over, or like when you get in a car accident, you don't feel it till it's over?
Oh, no, because they feel that way all the time. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, she's going to serve her boo. I'm going to definitely have something to say about that. So sweet. I love it. If you know somebody that just got cut off of Facebook, it's because I don't want you on Facebook. I want you on YouTube. So I pushed everybody off. Yeah, I pushed everybody off, So of those people that sent me a message, I did respond. And I thank you for YouTube.
They have a hard time dealing with people socially because their chemical imbalance is way off, so they're capable of doing anything, just about. They're not quite.
Because they don't want to hear no. Somebody like that.
I don't know. Some new shit I tried. I thought it was supposed to be rice, but it's weird. But it tastes all right to me.
That's all right, but its texture is weird.
It's weird. I thought it was supposed to be rice.
Could you tell my brother-in-law to stop criticizing your food on live? Jesus in Jerusalem. I said something good about him, and he's talking about this food tastes like horse shit.
I did not say that.
That's funny.
No, that's what I be saying. That's what I be saying to people at restaurants.
This tastes like horse shit. That's funny.
This tastes
I don't really know what I'm consuming.
I don't know. It's supposed to be rice, but it's probably plastic.
It looks like plastic.
I'll never buy it again. But I was just trying to try something new. They didn't really have what I was looking for.
No problem, Gina. Let us wait for you.
But yeah, so these sociopathic people, they're not as crazy as psycho people. The psycho people really just don't give a fuck about nothing. They have no emotion.
A psychopath.
A lot of people have
psychopath.
Yeah, psychopaths have no emotion.
So that's why they can't feel.
Yeah, they can't. They have no emotion.
Okay. No, I mean feel, like when they get burned or stabbed or something in
No, they can't feel it, that they don't have no emotion or no thought behind it.
Oh.
They're crazy. Yeah, they're just crazy.
She works in medicine. I like to ask these questions.
Yeah.
I'm not studying this stuff. I won't sleep for weeks. Oh my. So that is why you never got into additional races like that? Or that's why you didn't serial
No,
date and it included other races?
I,
Did you serial date and it include other races?
yeah. I dated some Caucasian fellas. I did. I
Oh,
dated one fine ass. This motherfucker was, what was he, Greek and Italian or something?
yes, he was.
Motherfucker too. He was a model. He lived up in the bougie part of LA. Yeah, yeah, he was cool.
He was very tasty looking.
Well, but yeah. And I almost at one point I dated this other fellow, Caucasian dude from the Bay.
Hmm.
I almost fell in love with him. Almost.
How do you almost fall in love?
Because he was cool as fuck.
Uh-huh.
So I almost went there, but some things happened to where just our situation fell off. Because he was a really sweet guy. And it's so funny because this is a whole nother subject too. Because back then I was a material girl. I wore all the weave, all the lashes.
Y'all, she went through all the personalities.
Every
It's like she caught up because she got married. She got married, but none of us was married. I was a serial education person. So I dated, but I didn't live with men. I told y'all that. My other sisters, they all had kids,
mm-hmm.
but her marriage was different. And so we was doing things that she wasn't doing. And so then when she got to that age, it's like she tried to she had a list and she just was like, I'm doing everything everybody else did so we can go back and have these conversations over. And she just caught up.
Yeah, I did that. I did. I read.
That's what it was like. So she was on a cool last mission.
Mm-hmm.
She lived her best life. So
I
that
did.
is why I'm asking her these questions.
Yeah, that white boy was like, I was all the weave, all the lashes. That white boy hated that shit. He was like, hated it.
And didn't he want you to have your natural hair?
Yes, you remember?
Yes.
Yes, that motherfucker was
I
like,
knew he was gone, y'all. Because it was a time. Let me tell you something. When you grow up in the hood, and we always had our hair done. We share moms and we share dads, but my biological mom worked at a hair salon, and then Granny, which is what we called her mom, she did hair. She did braids. So we always had our hair done, but we was like another level because we also couldn't do things until it was age appropriate. And
mm-hmm.
so when we finally got to that age where we had that good Capelli hair,
Girl, you better talk about that comparison now.
oh, you finna tell to take this hair out, sir?
Period.
No, I look for somebody that loves me with this hair because first of all, yes, I do love myself natural. I've been natural my whole life. Now I want to explore some different things. I got choices. Leave me alone.
Oh, all the way from motherfucking Rancho to LA or Long Beach to get this
To
goddamn.
get this hair, baby. It was an excursion, okay? Just so you know. And the whole day in the shop. And yeah, sir, I'm not taking this hair out of my head until I'm
Or
dead.
lashes off, because that's before. See, I wore lashes before lashes was cracking, y'all.
You sure did. I
Yeah,
just
me
know how to put
and
them on.
Corey, stupid ass. All of us was on lashes
You
before lashes.
sure did. They burned my I
Yes.
used to be in a bubble. They used to burn my eyeball, the glue,
Yeah.
from fumes from the glue.
Yeah, we wore lashes before lashes was lashes. With
Sure did.
and so back then, that motherfucker was like, take all that shit out. You don't need it. Won't. And that was like intriguing to me.
And you had your stomach flattened at that point.
Yeah. He intrigued me because he wanted me to just be natural. And that's something that I don't know, you didn't hear.
No.
From black men, from whomever, whatever. But for this, I'd rather you just see you as who you are. That was intriguing. Although I did not remove any of those things. It was still intriguing, and I thought it was cool because there was this white boy telling me to get this European looking shit out my head.
But here's the thing I don't understand.
So,
a true black woman, there is versatility in being a black woman. And I don't understand like what the big deal about it was.
Because back then I was ignorant, Asia. I'm not even gonna lie. Back then I was on some. I'm not going outside with my weave or my lashes.
I know.
I was ignorant. I didn't want to go outside if my hair went down.
But why does that have to make you ignorant? Because that's what you like at that moment. First
because
of all, this is
because
why I feel like is no matter how comfortable somebody is doing something, we all develop something that makes us comfortable to do it. It's just that to me is something healthy. Like, people that have kids all of a sudden when they will go out more because your baby is your security blanket. When you get in a relationship, you'll go to the club more because your man or your girl is your security blanket. Sometimes you develop a security blanket, and as long as it's healthy, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
You're not comfortable in your own skin and how you look is not healthy. And
you were not.
That's why I almost fell in love with him, because he taught me that. He taught me that it's okay for you to be comfortable with how you look. You're not ugly, Regina, without your lashes. You're not ugly without your weave. You're still beautiful with just who you are. And it's sad because a motherfucking white boy had to show me that shit. These niggas out here wasn't showing me that shit. But this white...
To be fair, I think that was your restitution because not very many black men told you that you wasn't to begin with. They weren't the peak of that. They were not the peak of that, because I would just like to say that those same ones that wanted you since you wore jackets in the summer, and y'all, I don't mean jackets. I mean like New York undercover. It's hot outside and she about to die. The same men wanted you after. They didn't do that to you.
Fact. You're right. You're right.
But by the time we got to that particular age group, men didn't really prefer natural. So even if you wanted to be natural at that point,
I guess that's what I'm saying. At that time, I'm in my 30s.
Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't that. But this man is telling me, yes, it is that. What are you doing? I want to see the mud. I want to see that kitchen back there. What's up?
It was the kitchen word for me. That word was really.
And he was genuine. He was a genuinely nice man. Like, he was a nice guy. Like, I'll never forget my birthday 1 year. He was an educator. He was a history teacher, but he had quit that to start his own business. So he didn't have a lot of money. But for my birthday 1 year, he was like, "What you doing?" Shit. I was like, "Well," because he lived in Long Beach. He was like, "Well, come out to Long Beach. Come out to Long Beach for your birthday." I'm like, "All right." I know it was gonna crack, but this man took me on one of the greatest dates I've ever been on. And it wasn't very expensive. It was on a Tuesday, I want to say. So we went to Taco Tuesday. You know, I love Mexican food. Took me to Taco Tuesday. Then after we did that, we went and we walked the pier. I want to say it was Seal Beach. I want to say it was Seal Beach. Walked the pier. And, he was very affectionate. So, he was cut. You know how you holding hands and motherfucker holding you from behind, looking over, looking at the ocean. It was like a fucking movie for me. Because the last white motherfucker I was with wasn't doing all. So for me, oh my God, this is like a fairy tale. I'm in a movie. This is like Sleeping in Seattle, but I'm on Palm Beach. It was great. And then after that, we went to the store. We got some motherfucking bottle. Went back to the house and got it cracking. And it was like one of the best dates ever, because he didn't have to do that for me. We had just started dating maybe a month prior. So he didn't have to consider doing anything for my birthday. Have to. But he was thoughtful and he thought about that, and he took the little change he had to do something for me, and that was great. And that's one of the reasons why I almost fell in love with this dude, because he was a genuinely kind fella. He just was. And then it didn't work out. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm just not fucking with no more white people. And then I started just...
How we go from that? Everybody's like, oh.
I know. Then I was like, never mind. I want to see what these niggas is doing. Survive. True. God. Okay. I was talking about, and that was on some bullshit. But the little sex game was cool. So, But it was, whatever. What?
Y'all look. Let me
Cause
just
niggas
tell
on some bullshit, man. They do. I'm sorry, but they said great though. So it's like, all right, dummy. I'm not gonna fall in love with you, but I'm finna double back for this thing.
you. Ooh.
So stupid ass. You know. She knew why she asked me to do this shit. Have y'all laughing and being goofy.
Because it's hilarious. Because these are the things that number one, people take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, people don't talk about because women take things for granted too. You think that being on the other side is so great. You think that, oh, I want this Caucasian man or whatever race they are, not black, because they could do this and they got old money and they got that. But if everything else is not there, it don't matter. I don't care what nobody says. A typical black woman is conditioned to seek love. That is why when everything happened, be it slavery, be it the war, be it whatever, we had no problem putting on his boots and going out there and working while he was away at war. And when he came back, it was like, nigga, we could both do this. We finna do this together and make it better for our family. I'm not finna let you just work. I'm cool. I want to do it too. And I could still humbly be the woman when I'm at home. No big deal. I think that people keep trying to run from what I believe is built in us. Like you feel that way about Caucasians and what they are like. I agree somewhat. Um, like on a scale of 1 to 100, it's a number between there, closer to the top. But we need to stop trying to put away what's inherently in us. We are brought up in love. Why do you think we could forgive so many things and we truly forgive so many things? It's because we're not brought up to hate. I could honestly 900% say I've never used derogatory racial words for other races. It doesn't even
what's
come
so
to
funny?
my mind when I get mad because I'll call you a whole bunch of other stuff, but that won't be it. Whereas they will call us the N word. It's just not in us. So I need for our black women to also stop telling a black man that he doesn't have because he doesn't have what's historically there that our grandfathers helped them get and they didn't get it anyway. Stop telling this black man because he doesn't have it in his family or it's not historically there that it's not the same. Stop looking for opportunities. That's why you're not happy. That's why you're searching for all of these things that's not making you happy and you dying all over the damn place.
That's what a lot of these young bitches is out here doing. They're looking for opportunity.
Right. That's
sorry, young bitches. I love y'all. But that's what you always is doing. You're looking for opportunity. Stop doing that goofy ass shit. Stop.
I agree.
Establish yourself, yet be humble.
That part.
Because you can miss out on a good man, baby. You could be making 6 figures and you cute and you think you all this and all that. But you can fuck around and miss out on the motherfucking janitor. Mind you, they make pretty good money, and so the trash men.
For tennis, they do, actually.
They do. And you might fuck around and miss out on a good dude because you so uppity and you looking for a executive or whatever the hell you looking for. I don't know, a baller, whatever. Don't miss out on your blessing because you feel like you better than what you really are. Don't do that. Young bitches.
I think it's
humble yourself. Yes, if you want to be great and you want to do this and accomplish all that, of course do that for yourself.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, don't nobody have you like you do. But stay humble behind it. Don't miss out on your blessing looking for this baller. It's okay to date a guy that has less than you do. It's fine. Because that motherfucker might treat you like a queen. Now he still might treat you like an asshole. I don't know. Men are fickle. I'm just saying keep your options open. Don't cut them off because they don't have this or that. Don't do that. Especially if you see this as a hard-working young gentleman. You know? Don't do that shit. Girl, we can talk about a whole lot of shit.
I think you have your own. One of the things that I'll say that I'm actually very, very grateful for is that because I positioned myself before I moved into a space where I was ready to truly be committed. Because with my ex, I was, and I was in a good space then, not like I am now, obviously. Um, with Damon, I wasn't in a good space. I messed that up. But um, I have choices. I feel like you can actually love and look at different things when you're okay with yourself. Like, I'm not looking for somebody to take care of me. I wasn't looking for somebody to take care of me. I'm
Mhm.
looking and was looking for somebody that loved me, that matched my hustle in whatever it is that they did. If your
Uh-huh.
hustle was to make sure you spent all this time with the kids, then that's your hustle. And that's what you bring to the family. I wanted passion.
Yes, ma'am.
Because when somebody has passion, no matter what it is, when I'm following my passion, you won't trip off of my passion because you got a passion too.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, I don't really care what you do because I say it all the time. Teachers make the least out of everybody, and we need them. They are amazing beings. We need them, but they make the least. If my husband was a
Yeah.
teacher, I would be just as proud of him. And hopefully, if I was a teacher, you would be just as proud.
Yeah.
Um, and it's different routes you could take with it, but we need preschool teachers. We need those things for our kids. So I don't think it's nothing wrong with it. But the point is that if, like Gina said, if you have it on your own, you don't have to wait for somebody else to get it. You're not out there hungry and thirsty and doing things you don't even want to do, selling your damn soul. You're not even happy. By the time you look up, you done ran yourself into the ground. And for what? Because when you hit a certain age, at the rate things are going now, he gonna throw you out. And don't worry, his stuff is gonna be covered because his family gonna make sure he good. But you still don't have nothing. So when he leave you and go with somebody else, then what? Because
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point, men get tired of playing games, the cat and mouse game too, and they actually want a real woman. So if you have nothing to bring to the table,
For sure. For
you're
sure.
out.
I've seen men do that shit. Shit, I know men that have done that. You can only because it's some, there are some men out there that know what they want
Right.
and that are serious about what they want. And they're not gonna wait around for you to get done playing around. They're gonna keep it pushing because baby girls, at the end of the day, at least in the United States, men outnumber us.
Yes.
They just do. I mean, sorry, my bad. Women outnumber men. So
Right.
there's always they have the opportunity to get another woman because we outnumber these motherfuckers.
Mhm. Successful ones.
Yeah.
They got a nice pick.
And a lot of them, shit, they'll even take, from conversations I've had with males, the women don't even have to be successful. All they gotta do is
No,
be
I'm
a
saying
nice
that to say
woman.
the ones that think that, oh, because I'm successful, I got a leg up on somebody that's not.
It's
It's a
like,
plethora
no, your
of those
motive.
too.
It's like,
So it
no,
doesn't
you
matter.
don't. You don't. To men,
Exactly.
that you don't. It don't matter. They don't really care. It's cool, but if you're a nice girl, and you're really a good person, they'll leave your balling ass for this bitch that work at Walmart. They'll
If
do it.
you have a horrible attitude, if they had
Yeah,
that
I'm
preference,
saying.
they're going to choose the one
With
that's
that's
smaller
the sweetheart, and
and
that's
that
the
act
nice
like she
girl.
has some sense.
They're gonna go for the better person.
Right.
Not worried about your financial situation. They want the better woman or the woman that is going to be a good woman for them. It's a lot going on in these streets, y'all. It's a lot.
Women say that. I don't believe that though.
What?
I don't. I don't believe that. Like how legit we would choose a man who doesn't make as much if he truly made us more happy. We would literally, if two men was put in front of us, we would choose the one we loved more. If two women was put in front of them, I don't believe that they would choose, if as long as the girl didn't have no horrible attitude. um I believe that they would deal with a little bit of her stuff as long as she's skinny, if she makes more money. If that girl that acted right worked at Walmart, I don't think they would choose that. And here's the reason why. The first thing that they say when the woman leaves and she don't have money and she needs child support, you acting like you about to die. Why? Why are you acting like you about to die? You didn't want her to work. You put her in that position. You wanted her to live this lifestyle. Now you're talking about her like she a dog. That's why I don't get it. She shouldn't get nothing she didn't come into this relationship with. She came in doing what you told her to do. You didn't want the one that had her on. So
Damn,
that's
that's
what I'm
true.
saying. I don't believe not one man. I know one man that signed himself up for child support, and that was Damon, my ex. I don't know no other man. Sorry, my husband. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't sign themselves up. They don't
Yeah.
go down there and do the right thing. They don't sit down and have that conversation. They complain, I'm not giving her this money so she can go do this with it. But you'll give it to that girl you dating so she can go do it for her kids, or she could put nails on her fingers. Even if you are somehow helping that woman too, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? You're not buying her a whole car. I mean, really, why not? That's why I
That.
don't believe it. Because we still don't, when we get mad, we don't be like, I never liked your broke ass either. We don't say that. We still trying to follow behind the nigga, getting to act right and everything else. It's not the same. I believe that they want what they want when they want it. I want this today because this serves me. I want this tomorrow because this serves. Whatever's gonna make me not have to take accountability, I always did want that. If she would have just did that, I would have been fine. If she would have just did that, I would have been fine.
Yeah, you got a
But
point there. You
it's
got a
just too
point
much.
there.
It's
You
too
got a
much.
point there. You do got a point there. Yeah, you do. You have a point there. It's weird, but at the end of the day, I
But
mean,
they
because
definitely still don't want to
at
do
the
it.
end of
They
the
don't
day,
want to use her.
we see it even with some of the rich, as far as the NBA players, the act, these people with all this money. A lot of these motherfucking ballers with these random ass kids, the bitches that they have these babies by, they're not balling, but they're fine to them. They're cute. So a lot of the time, I do think that it's the
Look
visual and it's
at
the
this
attraction.
good
It's the
face.
looks.
Exactly. That's why
You
I
know,
pointed out if she was skinny. You got it.
or
It's
fine,
a
even if
visual.
the dude, I don't
Whatever
know,
your
whatever
visual
his
is.
definition of fine is, because she could be
Right. Whatever
thick.
your visual
Because
is.
now it's the thick shit, whatever. You gotta have the perfect Coke bottle shape. Because it ain't even the skinny no more. Motherfuckers want the bitches with the Coke bottles
Right.
or whatever nowadays. Even, everybody's on that. So if she killed, that's what these motherfuckers is going for. Because like I said, a lot of these rich people, the Chris Brown, Drake, from what I know, they baby mamas ain't ballers.
No. No.
They just thought they was cute, or it might have been somebody that was, I don't know, but they ain't
Right.
ballers.
No. But that's why I just need them to stop saying it is based on attitude. It's not based on attitude. It's
No,
looks
it's
first.
a lot based on looks.
Right.
A lot of that is based on looks. And some is based on personality, and I guess a lot also is what you're willing to do for them. If you're willing to conform to what they want you to do, like you said, if you're willing to come here and be the woman of the 50s and 60s,
Mm-hmm.
if you're willing to do that, shut the fuck up and do what I say,
Shut up and do everything. I need you to be the leader and shut up while you're doing it.
and shut up while you're doing. Be a silent partner. Yeah, do that. It happens a lot, and whatever.
Hmm.
It's weird out here in these streets, y'all. It's weird. It's weird. It's
There is
weird.
no
It's weird.
formula for me. I'm trying to tell you. I need women to stop driving themselves nuts. And here's the reason why. I think you should just become really comfortable with being yourself and being proud of who you are. I think that that's the whole thing the Melanin Madam is about for me. Because not only is it just men, it's the people in your family, the people around you. More pressure is put on women to do
Mhm.
all of these things, and it's impossible. And before you know it, you'll be in so many different directions that as you went through your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, you'll never actually know who you are and what you wanted to do, because somebody is feeding you what they need you to have to do something for them next. So you don't really get the opportunity to do that. And other women make it hard for you too, that's around you, because if they're an extra man lover, they trying to pull you over to what they're doing so they don't miss out by themselves, or they're not
Mhm.
being talked about by themselves. They
Mhm.
don't exactly let you be yourself either.
Yeah.
And I just think that's horrible. I think it really is. But in conclusion, for me, I think you should really take the time to listen to um your elders, listen to the people around you. I learned from, I didn't do a lot of things because I learned from listening to what other people would say. So I damn near felt like I experienced it. And some of the things I just didn't want to experience, and some things I did.
Mhm.
I did not intentionally make it to this age without being a mom. I made good decisions.
Mhm.
But it could happen to me too, because as long as you're having sex. Point of me saying that is people that make it to a certain point then begin to hold themselves on some pedestal. Like it's not a story under that pedestal that puts you like, don't do that. Don't do
Mhm.
that because you don't have to tell all of your business, but you don't get to be on that pedestal
Yeah.
either. Like
Yeah.
both of them is too far to me. It's
Mm.
too far. You share with who you need to share with, what you're comfortable sharing, but you don't get to go all the way to the other side. And then when somebody sits next to you on the bench and reminds you, you want to be upset because they didn't like bust the whole bubble so you fell and hit your face. They kind of just said, hey, don't forget this because I don't like the way you made me feel, but I didn't have anything to say back because I didn't want to say this.
Mhm. Yeah.
Everybody ain't gonna keep not hurting your feelings.
Right. Ooh.
I'm just saying it's not okay. And women are getting people, period, are getting way too keyboard comfortable. So I think
Yeah.
let people be who they are, not
Yeah.
just because you said they can be,
Yeah.
because it's just not right. I think that dating after divorce, anything in relation to marriage and kids, it's a really hard transition for some because
Yeah.
of all the approval that you feel like you have to have, starting from church to your home to even your ex and your kids. That's why I ask her those questions, how the kids felt and stuff. All
Yeah.
that matters. It's way too much on your shoulders. Think about what you want to do first. As long as you are 100% okay with it, move forward in love, not with the attitude either, because we be defensive as hell. And that's what makes it hard for people to believe we're comfortable with what we're doing. They don't know we're playing defense against their ass. Um,
Girl.
but just, I think that it's okay to be soft too.
Yeah, of course.
It's okay to be
Of
soft.
course it is. Of course it is. And I'm learning that.
Yeah, it's so sad. I think that's really sad though that we had to learn that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Like we legit had to learn it's okay to be soft. Like you don't have to. The first thing you do be like, well, I don't think I could say none of those words. Um, say some very interesting things. I will say I didn't say them out loud to the man.
Mhm.
This one, on the other hand,
Hello. Hello.
we would be like, Gina.
What? What I do? I didn't do nothing.
And they would be like, girl, I'm so glad you told him that because I felt the same way.
Yeah, hello. Because I'm gonna say because the reason why it's like it took me a long time to get to the point where I'm today because I did suppress a lot of things. Like I said, being married for 13 years, being in a relationship for 13 years, I suppressed a lot. When I walked into this relationship before it even got as deep as it got, the man told me you need to be more like your mama. My mama was a saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost woman. Okay. And I'm like, damn, I gotta be like that
Because
motherfucker.
nobody
That
gonna
is
be
a
like her.
lot. I don't know no woman on this planet that's like Granny was. So for you to tell me that's how I gotta be, and I am turned up, I'm like, oh. And I tried to do it, and that was the downfall of our relationship, is because I was trying to be something that he told me that I should be, and I wasn't that. And that's where it fell apart. You did not want to love me for who I was. You saw an image that you liked, and you wanted that. And your mom and my mom, you wanted me to be them motherfuckers. And I wasn't them. I'm Regina. And that's not what you wanted.
I was waiting for you to get to that part because I'm sitting over here like, no, Asia, let her finish what she's saying.
Yeah. You didn't want me.
Tell
You
them the
want
real truth. That's not what they want. They want
no
you to be like that because they're insecure. That's why he wanted you like that.
that part. You feel me? And in the
But when
insecure
I used to try to tell her,
girl, because back then you blah blah blah. And like for me, like I said, I went through a lot of loss. I lost a sister, I lost a mom back to back.
Back to back.
So then I get pregnant by this nigga, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna lose him too. And on top of the fact that I'm like, I don't want a bunch of baby daddies also.
Right.
So it was a lot of
Because the
things
pressure.
behind the situation that I was in. And back then I was a hard, not a hardcore, obviously, because I was fucking and I married, but I was a Christian. So I had all these things. Shut up. I
I
mean, I'm
told
just
you once you get married, you feel like you could be a little more sanctified because that'd be that one thing.
right. Hello. So, it was a lot of things going through my mind, and I was trying to do it. And then, like I said, at 30, I was tired. I'm like, no, nigga, this is not me. And you're an asshole. It's like maybe I
Most
could.
importantly,
That's most importantly. Maybe I could have pretended with you a little longer until maybe all of our kids were grown. But you were not. You were mean to me, you fucking asshole. That's what a lot of motherfuckers don't know, that was questioning me about why I left or what happened. Because he was a fucking asshole to me, dummies. Duh. The fuck? I have 4 kids by this nigga. My daughter was 3.5 when I left. The fuck do you mean? Why I left? Why you think I left? Because he was mean to me. God damn it. Am I a perfect angel saint? No. But I had
you
tried
was
to.
pretty close. You was pretty
I think
close.
I was too on this motherfucker. And ask him, he gonna tell you the same. Because motherfucker
Yeah.
finally apologized to me a couple years ago. And that's what it is. Because I did what I could to be who that motherfucker wanted me to be. But I was tired at 30. I was tired of that shit. I was exhausted. From 18 to 30, I was exhausted in this motherfucker. It was over. I needed to be my best Regina. And that's where I'm at now. I'm my best self and constantly growing. And that's what it's about. So ladies out there, don't be afraid. If you're with somebody that's not doing you right and you're not happy, they're not adding to your happiness, because don't get it fucked up. You should be happy when you get married or in a relationship. Motherfucker can't make you happy. I learned that from Jaden Will. That's the realest shit that bitch ever said. And will. Don't ever be with somebody because they make you happy. No, motherfucker, you have to be happy already with yourself. And they're supposed to add to your happiness. And I believe in that. That's real. And then you can also love this person. And if they're not loving you like you love them, then you need to love them from over there. Separate yourself and love that motherfucker. I love you, but y'all gotta love you from over there, because you're not loving me how I need to be loved. It's not fair for any individual to love somebody how they want to be loved, but they're not loving you the same way you want to be loved, because that's what that's about also. Don't get that fucked up, twisted, or confused. And that's what it is for me.
I think
I'm
that's
not,
what it should be for everybody.
and it takes everybody their own time, timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Decide when enough is enough and when they're done.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people, men and women, that are in relationships long term and they're not getting what they need, but it's going to take them to get tired, because that's what it takes for you to get tired. But just know that if this person is exhausting you and you're not receiving the love that you need from them, you got to cut that cord and you'll be fine. It's scary out here. Dating is scary. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers ain't no crazier than they was in the 1950s. People being crazy. Like I try to tell my daughter, motherfucking pedophiles have been existing forever. Babies being snatched up forever. The only reason why it seems like it's more now is because it's
It's
televised.
televised.
That's the only reason why it seems like it's more. But don't get it fucked up. This shit's been happening. It's not gonna stop, unfortunately. So you still have to live your life,
It
govern,
isn't.
and just be mindful and aware. Same with dating. Divorce that son of a bitch and be mindful and aware. I'm just saying, be mindful and aware. Know who you are, and know what you want and what you're looking for, and be mindful and aware and have a ball out there. Don't expose your heart firsthand. Have you some fun first. Never jump out of a divorce and think you about to jump into another relationship, dummy. Don't do that. Figure yourself out first. I'm just saying. Figure yourself out first. Spend some time with yourself. Number one, spend some time with yourself first. Figure you out first. Number
Yeah.
two, whore out all the way. Safely, protectively. You don't want to catch a bunch of shit. But whore out. That's necessary.
Hey, Nurse Sheena.
Because people, Then after that, then once you're done experiencing yourself in your whorism, then maybe can entertain another relationship. And you'll appreciate that shit after all of that. It's levels to this shit. It's levels.
Indeed, it is.
Levels. Please don't get it twisted. It's levels.
It is.
See, for me, I wasn't even trying to do none of that relationship shit. I just stumbled on some shit. Like, oh, this what we doing? Okay, well.
That's what's supposed to happen, though.
Huh?
That's what's supposed to happen, though, right?
Exactly.
I wasn't
Exactly. Because I
looking for a
wasn't looking for it. You know, I was happy and fine with
myself.
being single, working, and doing what the fuck I wanted to do without anybody telling me anything.
I was living my best
Shit's
life.
fun. Live my best motherfucking life. I just happened to stumble on somebody that matches my fly, and that's cool. It's a motherfucker. And that caught my attention and kept it. Because I am a Gemini. I am a true Gemini. And I am very fickle, and my mind wanders a lot. So it is very hard to keep my attention. So this motherfucker has managed to keep my attention. It's coming on 2 years now. That's a fucking miracle.
The most important part to me.
Wow, why are you laughing at me?
Every time we get an update as sisters, we be like, what? We caught a plane and went out there. We did.
Girl.
We caught a plane and we went out
whole plane, girl.
during COVID. That was the only plane ride I took.
Okay, because motherfuckers have to see this shit. Like, oh,
I
this
had
bitch
to
is
see it
doing
out
what?
like-
Living where with who?
It's like,
you gotta go see this shit in real life. This shit really, they have to come see it, y'all. Because these motherfuckers know. My people, my sisters that know me, they know. They know what it is. So when they see me settling down with a motherfucker, they gotta come see that it's real and it's not for play.
Two things. One, the most important thing she said is the same thing I was saying. Be true to yourself.
Period.
If you want to stay and work out your relationship, don't no relationship make it without you working through something. So I'm just going to let you know that.
Facts.
You're not going to have a relationship without going through things. How do you know somebody really love you if the love isn't tested? I'm just saying. How you know somebody going to be there for you if they don't ever have to be there? I'm just saying.
Facts.
I care about how you treat me when you're mad at me. You know, I usually keep people off first. And then the other thing is when you know yourself very, very well, you know exactly what your breaking point is.
Yeah.
You know what your breaking point is because you know yourself so well that you know how much you can take. You know what you're willing to take. You have a good idea. It is some things you will have on your I am never letting this happen to me list. But it'll be some things that you just experience because it's life. But you're so sure of yourself that you don't have no problem being like, I can't believe I did that. But how do I work through this? Because this is here now. It didn't bother me like I thought it would. How do I work through it? If it's something that literally crushes your soul, I would say that's when it's time to.
Yeah, if it's breaking you down and making you feel less than a woman,
right? That kind of stuff.
It's time to go.
I think so.
Because at some point you gotta let shit go. You can't if you're not getting any positive feedback from you trying to hold on to the situation, then you've got to let it go. And then sometimes because this has happened when I first told my ex-husband that I wanted a divorce, which ignited me to divorce him even further. I don't know if it's a Gemini thing or if I'm crazy or weird. But the motherfucker at that point was like, all the things I had asked him to do before I brought up the divorce thing, he refused. I wanted to go to therapy. You know, I wanted to, be adventurous and try new things. He was opposed. But as soon as I threw out, nigga, I want a separation. Then he was like, oh, well, we can go to therapy like you was talking about. Oh, we can do this. Oh, now all of a sudden. Oh, and the affection, because for me, an affection was a big thing. And for him, it wasn't. Because he was like, well, my mother affection. Bitch, my mama wasn't either. Fuck is you saying?
Neither was mine.
For me, it's like for me, this is a whole nother subject, but I get tired of motherfuckers walking around here talking about how they're not affectionate because their mamas wasn't. Guess what, motherfucker? Mine wasn't either. And
you're also not a woman.
My mama wasn't affectionate
for what they don't want to do.
But I'm still an affectionate person without my mama ever being affectionate to me. And I don't need to hear how you're not affectionate, but you can be affectionate to your kids, your home girls, and
But
whoever the fuck
homeboys,
else,
you damn near kiss their
homeboy,
feet. You act
and
like you
whoever
hate
the fuck else you affecting to, but you can't be it to me. So that was the issue. It's like now all of a sudden you want to be affectionate. Now you want to try new sexual things. Now you want a therapist because I told you I wanted a separation. Nigga, fuck you. I'm out. I'm done. Because you could have done this shit 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. But you're gonna
before
wait
you
till I
broke
say
the
I want
last
to
piece
leave
of
you.
my heart that you had. You just
You
had to
feel
just
me? I'm done with you. That shit ignited my fire. Like, oh, now all of a sudden you can do it because you couldn't do it before. Couldn't do it before.
no.
You
I
was
feel
not
like
doing
they
it. You
don't
couldn't.
think that anything is ever going to happen or something in them feels like they will have you forever. Something in them feels like they don't have to. Something in them
Yeah.
makes
Until
them feel that way. And then when you do it, knowing that you just spent all this time asking for the bare minimum, as soon as you do it's completely different. And then they don't understand. I just went through this relationship by myself. You see, I had to love
right.
myself. I had to heal myself. I had to take care of
All this
myself. I had
shit.
to prepare myself for everything. I had to protect myself. I had to pray for myself. I had to do everything for myself
Myself.
because I couldn't tell everybody all the dumb shit you did because I still wanted you to be alive.
That
That's what
part.
I still wanted you to be alive. So since I
That
just
part.
went through all of this by myself, and now you're talking about, oh, I want to cut her in a coloring book, nigga. If you can't paint a mural in 20 minutes, we can't do nothing because I can paint a mural now. Now
Period.
that's why that woman starts expecting shit that's off the hook, and y'all looking like, how does she expect all of that? Because nigga, you have plenty of time. I can do it. Why can't you? All the things you said to me, all the things you did to me, all the surely you
It's
must,
real
you
shit.
got it. You got it.
It's real. That's why I had to be done because you're stupid. Because now all of a sudden you willing and you ready, you can do it. No, fuck you. Because
No,
you should have been doing it when I was asking you nicely, nigga. I don't want to have to be a tyrant and be mean and divorce your stupid ass for you to want to do the shit. I don't want you to do it because you wanted to. At the end of the day, ladies, get with a man that's doing what you asked him to do because they want to. Because that's what I have now. This motherfucker asked me what I can do. What's up? What do you like? He's asking me that shit. That's what I like about this motherfucker. You're asking me how you can always better our relationship and our situation. That's what I like, and that's cool. And this is a complete alpha male.
and that's a question you never stop asking because we change all the time. And
All the time.
if you are
All
interested in
the
being
time.
a good partner to your partner, even when you think you're your best and you finally master what they asked for, that's a good time to ask it.
Right. It's for real, for real. Now that's
Because you
real shit.
change.
200%. That's real shit right there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's time to ask. Just when you think you're comfortable and everything's great, ask again. Ask again and
Jesus
ask
is a
until you're
comedian.
gone. Because like you said, people change, seasons change, things change. And you have to stay in the know. If this is the person that you love and you feel you want to have a relationship with, communication is the most important thing to me in a relationship.
Honest communication. If you don't
Honest
like
communication.
something, say, I don't like
Say
it.
you don't like
Or
it.
say, I prefer this. You don't even have to say, I don't like it. Hey, let's try this.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
partner knows you. If you become one, they know you. They like, let's try this. You must not like that no more. Cool. I don't want to do the shit anyway.
Anyway. But you gotta communicate, y'all. Communicate, ladies. Communicate, gentlemen. Communicate, communicate, communicate until you sore your throat is sore, your horse or whatever the case may be. Communicate, please.
Yes.
So
And
important,
leave that window open to have your partner communicate with you.
please,
I'm
because
telling people it's not that important. That's silly. That's dumb. Well, such and such didn't tell me that. All those things, they don't matter.
it don't matter. You
They don't
have
matter. That's not who's talking to
who
you.
you're dealing with now. So that's what matters. It's who you're dealing with now, and that's who you're communicating with now, and that's what has to matter now. Is that person that you're in that situation with? Nothing from your past. That person is who you're dealing with. So you need to communicate with that person to understand that person. Fuck what they did and how they treated this bitch over here. She might have been on some other shit.
Or hell, your past with that person. If you've dated for a while and you've gone through different things, like a lot of deaths, you've gone through childbirth, you become parents, whatever you go through, it's going to be things that change. Some things are going to become amazingly better. Some things that's going to be your valley. That's not your peak.
Yeah.
But That's where your character gets built. I could tell you that. I personally feel like, as in Asia in real life, there's some of the things that I went through that I'm really glad that I went through.
Yeah.
Because, especially in marriage, because
Yeah.
I was able to say, if I have to fight this, I have to fight this, and I have to know how to fight it. I can't be thinking about what somebody else would do, or wait, how did they tell me how to survive this? I literally had to say, I want to do this because I'm the one who knows my husband. I'm the one who knows me. And
Yeah.
I know everything.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows everything. But I took all the good advice and
Mhm.
knew not to do certain things, not to say certain things. But at the heart of my decision and how humble I needed to be, um, my humbleness came with not being afraid. A
Mhm.
lot of times women, we are seen as being too hard, not humble enough, and all, but it's not that. We're scared.
Mhm.
And when you can admit that you're scared, that's when you know that you love that man.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna catch yourself doing things like, I ain't even mad. I'm actually scared. Oh my God, I actually have somebody I can go tell I'm scared and they're gonna make it better. They're not gonna make it better. They're just gonna be there and listen to you.
Yeah.
That's making it better. That's
Yeah.
not, I'm looking for somebody to make me happy. No, I'm looking for you to be with you because the vow said you would do this.
Yeah. Just support me.
That's
Good,
okay.
good, bad, the ugly motherfucker. Fuck is you talking?
Especially the ugly. The good, I could find my own happiness on Amazon. I need you, not, I need you to be there.
Girl. Whew, Amazon, Shein, somebody gonna give it to me.
It's okay.
Now I done fucked around and discovered what's that new shit I be on now? New clothing place.
I don't know. My crazy ass be on
Her
Shein.
pretty little things is cracking. That's the happiness is over there. Pretty little things got some shit that you can buy that's beautiful. I'm
I
happy
gotta
with
show you the dresses they hanging up right here.
girl. Oh, you'll be on pretty little things too?
I bought some things for the photo shoot tomorrow.
Girl, that's my shit. Girl, I think I'm sexy fucking with them.
And then the rodeo is tomorrow.
Huh?
The rodeo is tomorrow. The
Oh yeah.
BBW rodeo.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be so fun. I wish I could have did that, but I'm poor. I'm poor right now. Girl, I ain't worked in a
On
month.
that note,
What?
we're gonna go ahead and end this show because we could talk forever
We can't.
because
It's been
we
like
have a lot of things to talk about. But to get you guys to come back, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop it right here. And then you'll come back because you want to hear what else she has to say. And you'll probably think I'm going to slip and tell you some magnificent story. I don't have good stories from when I was younger. I didn't do anything yet.
I got all kind of shit. So hey, what's
Gina
up?
got all the stories.
Oh,
I was the good. She's the one who named me Queen TT. I was the good auntie. I was just reading books and praying to Jesus and
Jesus, hallelujah. Hot
and
shot.
working a lot. I didn't do bad things.
Yeah. I had a bad stage and a good stage and a bad stage.
Everybody does.
Now
Be
I'm at my
yourself. Have
something.
fun in all of your stages.
I
Just
have a lot of
be
stages. They're
in
great.
real trouble.
I'm gonna come back for y'all, motherfuckers. I'll be back.
Let me make sure I don't have no questions. Your favorite was here. Hilda was here.
Oh, I love her.
Called you fancy. She said you're cute.
I love her. I love you too.
I think we got all of the comments. You can't follow her. Her page is not open. She's a for real nurse. And she has a boo now. So, like, I know my other people. I told you to follow them because they have some sort of business or something like that. But I really don't think it's good if you send her a message because she just said she has a man and he's an alpha, and that would be disrespectful. Totally goes against what we just talked about.
Yeah, he's a good. Can't lose him for no riffraff. Y'all missed it. Sorry, guys.
We don't mess up our lives.
Can't do that.
I will end with saying, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you probably share this video in particular. Yeah. Oh, but the guest next week, y'all think her mouth was bad? I'm legit telling my mom not to show up. It's Vanessa. I'm legit telling my mom not to show up. I'm going to have my hair in a bun. I'm going to be completely relaxed because I'm going to be crying real tears.
Watch that. I need to watch that.
It's going to be very good. Vanessa has never, ever in life had any shame in her game, and I love it. And she's BBW, and she sings in the choir, and as a matter of fact, had a gospel group. So when you're
You
talking about,
talking
huh?
about Vanessa?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta watch that shit. I know her too, y'all. I know her too. I gotta watch that shit.
I will tell you that I learned some of my best things from her.
Her and her crew, these heifers were amazing role models.
They were.
They were dope ass
They
women.
sang for us at graduation and everything.
There were some dope ass fucking badass black bitches. There's some queens. I love her. I love them. And they, like you said, they have so much knowledge. Even at a young age, they had a lot of knowledge. And Vanessa has a fucking angelic voice.
I'm not gonna have her sing. I'm not gonna, well, maybe she could open us up in prayer. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
She's like that. She's like that.
She's for real, always lived out loud, and I love it. In real life, I love it.
She's pretty fucking dope.
She should probably be like a brand ambassador for Melanin.
You're gonna miss out if you don't watch it. She's pretty dope.
You are. And I think she's going to the event with us.
Oh, y'all about to. Oh my God. I'm jealous.
Yes, I need to go pack.
I'm jealous. Whatever. Fuck you.
So I need to go pack, and had my sister said she wanted to come, she would have been here because I have a guest room and I have a credit card somewhere here. I mean,
shut up. I have a credit card somewhere. Credit flights. That's what's killing my life right now. To fly to California is like $300.
It's very expensive.
I refuse to pay that to fly to California. That's California. It's right there. You know what I mean? I don't like that idea. For nobody to pay it. I don't give a fuck. $600 round trip to Cali. I'm not feeling that. Not from Washington.
That's the way. It's like that everywhere. That's why I missed a graduation. I just had extra money. I couldn't do it.
Even if somebody to pay, I don't want to.
I don't know.
Some
things is the principle.
Nobody do that because it's ridiculous. But anyway, love you guys. Thanks, sis, for inviting me on your show. Everything was awesome. I'll definitely do it again. Just let me know.
Anything for me. Mom said hi. You see?
Hi,
Mom. She know. Oh, look at her. She said she won't because she know. I don't ever tell Mom she can't come on, but Lord Jesus. I get so embarrassed.
She like, oh Lord.
This is about to for real be funny, y'all. I promise. It's something I'd be so damn embarrassed. That's my mom. She like baby Jesus. But that is it. Thank you for joining. I am going to have my sister come back because we are still doing our slumber party. She doesn't know that she's coming, but she's coming. Okay. And then when she gets here, I'll record with her again. And if you just want her back, just let me know. I'm just saying, but y'all might want to hear Vanessa first. You might ask for them both back at the same time and for me to just stay at home. I'm not offended. They could run it. They could run it for the night. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe, please comment, and please share. That is it for me. And you guys have a wonderful night.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you, sister.
Of course, love you.
Love you too.
I don't even know how to get off.
Oh,
there you go. Just kidding. I found it. Shut up. Bye. Bye.